Welcome everybody to Remembering the Truth of Who We Are. I am your host, Jocelyn Mercado, and I am just thrilled today to be speaking with Marie Mbouni. Welcome, Marie.
Thank you
so much for being a part of this event.
Thank you so much, Jocelyn. I'm so honored to be here, and I've been looking forward to chatting with you, and now we're gonna do it with an audience. How marvelous!
Yes, and such a beautiful audience we have. We have just an amazing group here. And before we got started, I was just commenting to Marie that I love the butterfly painting behind her. It is just so gorgeous. There it is. Thank you for showing it. So for everybody who is joining now, go ahead and put your name and location in the chat. It is so wonderful to see where everybody is joining from. I will type that here. And also a note, as everybody is posting any comments that you want in the chat, and I welcome you to post lots of comments as we go, please make sure that you've selected all panelists and attendees in the drop-down right above where you type your chat in, because if it's only on all panelists, then only Marie and I will see the comment. But if it's all panelists and attendees, then everybody who's attending will see. Okay, so we'll give just another minute for people to join.
Yeah.
On this lovely Saturday.
It's beautiful out here.
It looks beautiful. I love that you're outdoors for the interview. Love it.
Yeah.
It's a little cold and rainy for me to be outdoors today, but spring is coming. I'm on the East Coast and spring is just glorious here. So
yeah, the West Coast. I just wanted to make sure that the elements are part of this interview. So we have the sky, the wind, the clouds. The sun is hiding a little bit, but it's there.
Still shining on you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right, welcome everybody. So beautiful. We have lots of people on from all around the world. Welcome, welcome to everybody. So Marie, I will just begin by reading your bio for everyone so that everyone that may not already be familiar with your work will know what you are all about. So Dr. Marie Mbouni is the founder of Remembering Love, Galactic Shamanism, Cosmic Tantra, Creativity, and Sovereignty. She is the co-founder of the Fearless Love Institute. She is a #1 Amazon best-selling author and #1 international best-selling author. And she's also an anesthesiologist and a full-spectrum shamanic and energy healer and ceremonialist. And she says, all of these techniques help me share my medicine, which is love. I love that. So beautiful. So Dr. Marie intuitively knew as a child that her destiny was to serve as a healer. Marie fulfilled her dream of becoming a doctor. She practices as an anesthesiologist in Southern California. She offers transformational experiences for changemakers, leaders, visionaries wanting to step into their wholeness, power, and purpose. Through online, in-person, and retreats, she guides those called to serve at all stages of their development. Thus, they tap into their sacred sexual energy, intuition, heart-centeredness, creativity, and connectedness, creating certainty, clarity, and knowingness. More done with less stress. That is so needed in our world today. A holistic life versus compartmental. In balance, harmony, love, and joy. A life fulfilled. All right, fantastic, Marie. So beautiful, the work that you are doing in the world. And I'm really excited about your topic today, which is awakening the creator within, the art of the inner marriage. So could you begin by sharing with us, we've talked about already on the conference that everybody, men and women, has both masculine and feminine energies within us, right? Yes. So could you tell us first a bit about the feminine energies?
Thank you. First of all, thank you for this beautiful introduction. I'm so happy to be here and to be talking about this topic that is so relevant and so important in these days. The feminine energies, like Jocelyn said, each and every one of us has a masculine and feminine. And if I was to sum it in one word, feminine energies are about expression, really expression of who we are, what we feel, what we know, how we do things, how we cry, how we laugh, how we love. That is the feminine. And the other thing that is important to know is that the feminine energies are usually the creation energies. And what I mean by that is that because the feminine energies are so deep, coming from the void, sometimes it's really not easy to get to that part that is the void, that is the womb, that is dark, where you actually don't really know, but you trust. So I've said a lot of things there that are different concepts that we're probably going to develop, but that's just the beginning.
Yeah, I love what you said there about the feminine being related to the darkness. And we feel this now in the northern hemisphere, and as in winter, and we're just now starting to emerge from the winter.
Yeah.
But that is such a sacred darkness.
It is a sacred darkness. It's I can take the analogy of the moon, and this would be like the new moon. The new moon is when you actually don't see the moon because it's hidden, and yet you know that the moon is there. And the new moon is where we plant our seeds. We set our intentions about what we desire, what our dreams are, knowing, trusting that we will get to the full moon, which is where, we actually harvest everything that we have planted. So to continue answering your questions about the feminine energies, it's, if you're noticing, I keep saying the word trust, dark, trust, dark. And so it's a very important part of that, because when you trust, you can fully express.
Yeah, beautiful.
So, yeah.
And you mentioned also the feminine as the creative force. Could you say a little bit more about that?
If I was just using a very simple analogy. Women carry babies. Women have wombs. Women can give birth physically. So, so the feminine principle is usually associated with the birthing process, which, the creation process. And so when you think about the feminine principle and you think about the creation process, it's very important to realize that although women female bodies are usually considered the birthers or the creators, everybody can create. Even women who haven't had children from their wombs create every day. You birth your projects, you birth your ideas, you birth your dreams. And so I'm gonna seg into men, men bodies. You also have a space in you where you create. Mm-hmm. And energetically and physically, it's what's called the Hara center, an energy center. That's where the equivalent of the women's sexual bodies would be. So we are all able to create. So when I talk about the feminine principle, it doesn't necessarily mean women who have womb, who can become pregnant and have a baby physically.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We all have access to that creative force within us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that it's like the greatest mystery and miracle of all, you know, not only the birth of a baby, you know, which is a tremendous miracle and mystery, but also the birth of something new from within us, you know, because we have the capacity to create something entirely new that the world has never seen before, every single one of us.
Yes, absolutely. I love how you put that. And of course, each and every one of us has that ability, and we do that every day. Every day we are creating something. Creation is not only maybe writing a book or creating a piece of art that people can see. It's how you cook. It's how you drive. You creating your reality. So it's not something that we stop and start. We are constantly creating, and so I just want everybody to be aware of that, so you can then choose how or what you create with your feminine principles. And because the next step of the creation process is expressing what you have created, is showing it. It's, you know, although it starts in the void, in the womb, then we bring it out, we express it. It's with colors, with shapes, with movements, with words, or whatever it is that, or however it is that we choose to express our creations.
Yes, yes, so beautiful. So beautiful. And in our relationships too, and how we, you know, make others feel special, and how we communicate ourselves. We're creating there too.
Wow. Relationships, huge. So last year, as I was because I'm constantly in self-inquiry, I noticed that the word relationships actually can have some kind of a lower vibration, because it has so much history, so much thought forms, I guess I can call it that way. Because when you say relationship, right now, everyone, each and every one of you who are here right now, think about something. Like if I say relationship, people think about breakups, or the good relationships they have, or what went wrong, or what they hope, or like it's not very. So I decided to start using the word connections. And because it's about the connection that we have when we're together, be it, you know, two friends or lovers or spouses, or however you know, that connection can be. And when you think of it as a connection, I think it takes away all the electricity and the baggage and the stories, and so that it could be a pure present moment awareness, moment by moment creation and expression and exchange and of what is going on. And I think that we can express in a more free way if we think about it that way. That's my personal experience. I have really noticed, even with my girlfriends, colleagues, I placed it in the scope of connection, and it's like, how do I want this connection to be? Where do I want it to go? How do I want it to express, or to, and then I can just show up, like there's no judgment. I guess. So
I love that.
yeah.
I love that. You're so right. That word relationships, it carries a density. It's like
Yes,
it's down with stuff.
it does. So I try not to use it anymore because one of the things that I really stand for is connectedness, and it's so important in my values that it's in my bio. And because we all want to connect, be it to the divine, to ourselves, to each other, to nature, to the planet. That is inherent of, you know, who we are as a species. So I think it's huge. And whenever there's something that can impede that, like the word relationship, for me it's always been very dense. So so last year, yeah, that's what I did. Now it's just connections, and it could be soul connection, you know, painting connection, writing, whatever. You get to define, you get to recreate a new paradigm of how you relate to, you know, everything in your life. I think it's so empowering. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. It just,
Yeah.
yes, it adds an openness and a freedom to those
Yeah.
connections, like you said, to create. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
really beautiful.
Mm.
So, would you share with us now about the masculine energies and the masculine principle, and how did those show up for us?
The masculine energies are about presence. It's really about presence. It's about truth. It's when you think about the arrow, you know, if I like, that is the masculine principle. And it is something that, you know, they go together. It's like a yin and yang. If there is no one to witness your expression, then so feminine expression, masculine presence. So we, you know, we dance. We dance. And the masculine principle, when you think about it in terms of when I was talking about the feminine, is about action. So you have gone in the dark, in the void, you have dreamt, you have planted the seeds. Now you have to act on those ideas, on those dreams. And that's where the masculine principle comes in. You get to take action, you get to really collect what you need so that your dreams may come true. If not, they stay dreams. They stay in the void, and this, they never created, they never expressed. So you need both.
Yes.
And when I think about the sun, when I think about the fire, those are elements that you can think about. For example, the fire can come and burn away anything that doesn't help you manifest your dreams that are coming from the void. So that's how I look at them. Yeah.
This is so important because so often we have big ideas or big dreams, but something seems to get in the way of ever taking action on them. And I've heard a speaker one time that said that we need to open the pathway for the universe to send abundance to us, and it's through taking action that we like provide a channel for that to flow in our direction.
I love that. I really love that. It's a fine balance, because I think that if you don't take action, nothing happens. And action doesn't mean going out and chopping woods, or although if you want to do that, it's fine too.
Right, it might. Gotta build the fire.
It could even be something as simple as speaking up and showing up for yourself. That's an action. So I want everybody to really understand, because as I was saying, the masculine principle is also about truth. It could be, I want to do this, or this is what I believe, or this is what I stand for. That is very masculine. That is like really getting to choose who you are and how you show up. That is very important. And because sometimes we get, taking action, what does it mean? I love to, play or whatever. And we get confused. Discernment is very, very important in the masculine principle. It's very, very important. And another word I want everybody to consider is commitment. Commitment. Because, with the feminine principle, because it's expression, it's flow, it's like the wave, you go up, you go down. With the masculine principle comes commitment. Let's say you're taking action. You can take that action until you get the result you want, with commitment. So you need that commitment part, which is a huge part of the masculine principle. If not, it's shiny object syndrome. I'm starting this, you don't finish. And the feminine kind of tends to do that. It's about, and it's okay, because when you understand it, then you can know that, okay, I need to bring my masculine in, or I need to bring my feminine in. Yeah.
We were chatting before we started the broadcast about magic, and it's just popping into my mind now, and I'd love to hear if you agree with this, but I feel like the magic is where the masculine and feminine come together. And
absolutely.
Fireworks, right?
Yeah. I love magic. I love magic. I use the hashtag magic every day. And so I think that when we get to that space where we can really balance our masculines and our feminine within us, then this magic happens. Everything flows. It's pure joy. It's because sometimes, with the feminine principle, when we're talking about, commitment, sometimes people have procrastination. And I think, it's the overwhelm of thinking you have to do. But if you have both, and I want to bring the concept of shape shifting. If you can shape shift from the masculine to the feminine, to the masculine to the feminine, then it's magic. I love that.
Yeah, I love what you just said about shape shifting from one to the other, because we really do have to, and it, I'm sure it, happens in a very individual way for each person, but we've got to find a balance. And in our hectic go lives, we've got, and I've really been working on this in my own world. We've got to find a way between, a balance between continuing to take action in decisive and positive ways, but also having the spaciousness, the creative space, and
I love that.
for magic.
Yeah, it's I love what you just said, because it's really, the masculine is about doing and the feminine is about being, and really receptivity. And so we really need to to find ways to bring that in our lives, because even when we take action, at some point we need to receive what we have created. If not, we do, and we never done. It's like, okay, I'm done this and that. So we don't actually enjoy and fully receive our creations. And so that creates a lot of turmoil in a lot of people's lives that I know. You never fulfilled because you don't feel like you can breathe. I love that you use the word spaciousness.
That is my word for 2018, spaciousness.
It's so beautiful.
It's so needed.
One of the things that I did that commitment for me last year was I actually created a mantra, because for me it translated in the form of time. I never had time to do anything that I wanted to do. And so I created this mantra: I have all the time I need. I have all the time I need. And I would say it slower and slower and slower. I have all the time I need. And as I started doing that, I started creating, like, I would just wake up 10 minutes before I normally would, and I would stay in bed and meditate, and that would give me a feeling of, I could just stay in bed.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So this is so exciting. I don't even know what we were
what we were last,
but I just it's really beautiful that we're talking about this topic, because it is possible. It is possible to create this balance. And with that comes magic and joy and bliss and fulfillment and relaxation and spaciousness. Yeah.
Your that, waking up 10 minutes early, that's such a perfect example of, there are these little ways that we can create spaciousness.
Yeah.
And yes, that we can just, find these little pockets of time and do something that we love. Just do something for 10 minutes. And to make my heart feel full and happy. And then I'm renewed, to do other things I need to do in the day.
Yeah, I agree. You said something so important: doing what we love. This is critical. Because if you don't, number one, know what you love, it's like you're living in slavery. You're working and then you're not actually really taking advantage of your humanness, however you say that word, where you are. Joy is a part of who we are. And when you do what you love, for me, I love painting. And sometimes I paint for 5 minutes, and it just, like, out here, this is like my studio. This is my balcony. So I made it my studio. So I could just pop from the kitchen and I paint with my fingers, my hands. Like, it doesn't have to be a perfect painting piece or whatever that is. Because again, that's judgment. Yeah, it has to look this way. It's like, no, I just get paint, put it on the canvas and just play. And it puts me in this high vibration. And it's amazing. And it's from that space that when you're in that high vibration, that's when you want to go and create. because it's from a place of abundance of joy, and that's when your right brain, which is the part of the brain that deals with creativity, your right brain lights up like, ooh, playtime. And that's when you have ahas, because you don't want to create with your thinking brain.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in this, like Jocelyn said, when you're doing what you love, it's like your whole body is like in high alert. And that's when, something you've been thinking about for like 2 months, poof, it's like, right, this is the way. That's how it happened. It's so magical.
So true. Yes, we can have, a question that's been just unanswered, unsolvable problem of some sort, and just it can come in an instant like that.
Yeah.
So I know that you speak about sacred geometry.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to talk about that for a bit. Can you tell us about what is the Sri Yantra? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, in sacred geometry.
So the Sri Yantra is this magical sacred geometry figure that has 9 interlocking triangles, and you have downward pointing triangles, and which is like the masculine principle, and upward pointing triangles. And so these triangles come together to form this cosmic figure. Like when you look at it in 3D, that is really the creation process. And when you can bring, so you have one triangle on top of the other triangle, and then another one on top of the other one, and another one on top of the other one, and it brings alignment, it brings clarity, it brings flow into the creation process. And it's like the yolk is completely formed, and everything is smooth, and it's amazing. It's, all our universe is about sacred geometry, and everything is spinning. There is nothing static. There is nothing. And so when you integrate the Sri Yantra, the masculine and the feminine, like we said, that's when the magic comes. Beautiful. Yeah. So
everybody can really see what you're talking about. It's so beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Absolutely. Yes, I had to go find it quickly there. So we could all be in the same place with you. Yeah, that's just, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. So I know that you have an experiential process that you wanted to share. So I welcome you to share that whenever it feels right in our conversation, whether it's now or a little later. But it's a guided shamanic journey, energy transmission. So just let me know.
I can share that now, since we started talking about the Sri Yantra. Okay. So what I prepared for everyone is an experiential journey. I love the shamanic processes and energy processes because you get to experience. No one is telling you what to feel. No one is telling you what to think, how to be. It's direct revelation for yourself. So I've prepared this. It's a guided shamanic journey with a drum. And also I have used alchemy crystal bowls, and So in the journey, I'm playing these crystal balls that are alchemy crystal balls. One of the gifts that I have is that with my hands, when I play crystal balls, I bring on angelic harmonics to the alchemical balls. They call alchemy balls, and so you're going to experience that. And I take you through a step-by-step process where I bring in the golden angelic light ray, and I guide you through each triangle of the Sri Yantra so that you can integrate it in your energy field, in your auric field. And with the shamanic drum beats, what happens is that I take you in a shamanic state of consciousness where you get into a non-ordinary reality where you can really experience everything, the healing, the harmonization that's happening in your energy field with that track. So there's a lot happening. And if you've never undergone a shamanic journey, just listen to it before and just kind of see or hear what it is. Do it once, really with no judgment, and just feeling and experiencing. And every experience is great. It's what you're supposed to experience. So when you go that way, then you can have a great time and know that and trust that everything that you're experiencing is happening. I just want to preface here that everybody has different ways of processing information or different sensing mechanisms. So be aware of that when you go, take the journey. Some people hear better, some people have a knowing, some people feel, some people have like sensations on their bodies. So however it is that you process information, when you're doing the journey, if I say, look at the light, and you can't see the light, maybe you know that there's a light there, or maybe it's like, oh, I can hear the sound of the, or whatever. Like, go with your sensing mechanisms and just go with the journey and your experience without getting hung up on whatever is being said.
No expectations.
No.
Openness.
Yes.
Shall I put the image back up of the Sri Yantra? Would that be?
Sure.
I'm sure we'll close our eyes, but in case they.
So.
And this is what.
Yeah. Taking a deep inhale through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Just letting everything we have been talking about go. Just letting everything you have on your list for today just fade away. Keeping your breathing deep and gentle. Calling in spiraling energies emanating from the sky coming down to your higher chakras, all the way down to your feet. And I'm bringing in spiraling energies from the core of the earth, spiraling up through your lower chakras, your earth star, your feet, all the way up to your crown chakra. So in effect, there is a vortex of energies, celestial energies and planetary energies meeting in your body. Your body is the vortex. Feel those energies spiraling in your body, your auric field. I now direct all your chakras to spin at the most appropriate speed for you at this time. Allow the harmonics of my voice and this alchemy bowl to guide you in a space where all you feel is harmony and spaciousness. Now bring your entire awareness to a point 2 centimeters or an inch behind your nose. Just hang there. If you get distracted, just breathe and come back. Calling in the golden ray of angelic healing. From your feet to your crown in a triangle of golden light. Calling in the second triangle from your crown to your feet, interlocking in a star of manifestation. Now calling in a triangle from your sacral chakra to your third eye. Calling in golden triangle from your third eye to your sacral chakra. Calling in golden triangle of pure gold, angelic, healing, harmonizing energy from your solar plexus to your throat chakra. Calling in gold energy from your throat chakra in a triangle down to your solar plexus. Calling in a triangle of energy pointing down on your heart chakra space. Feel the expansion, the openness. Calling in golden triangle pointing upward on your heart chakra space. I now invite each and every one of you to become aware of any armor you might be wearing. and release it. Could be only on your heart, could be a full body armor. Just have the intention that you are releasing this armor so that you may let your feminine energies express and your masculine energies to become fully present in your body. Allow this to happen. Take your time. As you allow your armor to be released, I call in all the triangles forming the Sri Yantra so that you may have a cosmic golden ray Sri Yantra in the vortex of energies coursing through your body right now. Allow these sounds coming from my voice and the crystal, this sound healing and harmonization to penetrate your body, your organs, your cells, your DNA, releasing everything that you're carrying in your DNA that is not yours and that doesn't serve you at this time. Start deepening your breaths, keeping your awareness on this point, the celestial gate located an inch behind your nose. As you breathe in and breathe out, deeply and gently, starting to bring your awareness back, your consciousness back, your body back. Maybe allowing your fingers to move or your feet. Allowing your neck to start moving, maybe rolling your neck, your shoulders. Coming back even more. Taking a deep inhale through your nose. Out through your mouth as you come back even more to your present moment. Gently opening your eyes and coming back to your present moment. This small, beautiful smile on your face. Aho, everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you so much, Marie. That was just exquisite. That was just indescribably beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I was there with you. It was so beautiful. I loved it too. It's amazing when we really allow ourselves to become open channels and for love to come through. It always brings tears to my eyes, and yeah, it was, I loved it too.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know everybody did.
Yeah. Oh, je vous en prie. There's somebody who said thank you in French.
Oh.
And you are welcome. My pleasure. My deep, deep, deep pleasure.
Yeah, so many beautiful messages popping up now.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I want to, I do want to let people have a chance for Q&A soon. But I do want to ask you one more question, if that's okay.
Yes, of course.
The divine inner union, the art of the inner marriage. Could you share with us a little bit about that?
So, when you are on your evolutionary path, and all of us here are, if not, you wouldn't be here today on a Saturday. And you open up to your highest expression and your highest potential, and you realize that if you're truly going to bring it to life, you need both. You need both your masculine and your feminine. And when you come to that realization, and also that it has to happen within yourself, then you can relax. I had my journey, as you know, I'm an anesthesiologist, and I was always in my masculine. You know, sometimes you're on call 24 hours, you're in surgery and you're running, code blue. I was a chief resident, and I was the only girl. And I never actually got to fully express. I was always in the doing. And when you're a woman, that's very tiring. And when you're a man who's really in touch with the feminine or express more, that is really hard. And as I started healing and opening up, I realized that this is the secret of the magic. And so part of what we did today, this guided meditation journey, is the beginning of starting that integrative process of, first of all, saying yes to these two energies, because it comes to trust. I didn't trust the feminine. I had a big shadow about the feminine because being in medical school, anything feminine was considered lazy, weak. Oh, you have your period, what is that? You can't do it, you're confused. Like, everything feminine for me was not good. It wasn't okay to be a woman. I had to become a man to succeed. But that's what I thought, because actually you don't have to. So when I started this process, it was like, oh, I can be a woman and still be amazing doctor. Like, I don't have to chop my feminine side. So that's how you start the inner marriage within. You say, first of all, you have to agree that maybe you're not having both, and then go to the process of, like, what do I think about that? What do I think about the masculine? What do I think about the feminine? And I shared openly with you guys. I was like, no, feminine, weak, confused, crazy, emotional.
That's the message that we get in this.
Yeah. And then I started being, curious, and then started accepting that, oh, it's actually okay. And so that I went through a process of really integrating that without forcing it, but becoming it. And so it just opened my creativity, my expression, and my masculine could relax, and like, it's just been amazing. I hope I'm answering the question, but
Yes.
So that was the process for me. So first, you have to assess, like, where are you, and if you're not in balance or in the magical receptive yin yang, why not? Neutrality, non-judgment, wonder, curiosity, like, wow, I wonder, I didn't even know that that's what I thought about the feminine until I decided that I want to bring my feminine on. And it was like, oh wow, okay.
Yes.
So that's,
thank you.
That's the process. And then when you integrate that, then you can shift. If you need your masculine, you bring it on. If you need your feminine, you bring it on. If you need both, whatever, however, it's a wholeness that happens when we integrate both inside of us.
Yes. Somebody in the chat, I think it was Anna, had a very good comment that the moment of, realizing that we're so far in the masculine, that's usually what it is in our world today, right, is a catalyst. That moment when we come to awareness of how, how much we are staying in the masculine all the time. That moment is a catalyst.
Yeah, absolutely. I had that moment where I realized that, and what we have this idea that in order to be successful or to do anything, we have to be in the masculine, and it's like, no. And it doesn't mean that the masculine is bad. It means we need to be whole. We need to express both sides of who we are.
Yes. So the magic can happen.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, this has just been a joy talking with you today, Marie. Thank you for all that you have shared with us and for that beautiful, beautiful guided journey. It's really wonderful.
My pleasure. It's really been, I can feel everybody's energy, and it's just such high vibration. And so it's just like, we just fly together. It's really been a pleasure, and I love this. I love you guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Lots of love to everybody. I do want to mention that Marie is offering a free gift, and it is Divine Inner Union Initiation from Polarity to Inner Alchemy. And so, well, Marie, would you like to say a few words about that?
So that is a guided journey that you will receive. And so what it's going to do is, as you listen to it, you're going to start integrating your masculine and your feminine, and you're going to heal at such a deep level, because the reasons that we don't trust or we don't express these different sides of us is because we have wounds, and the wounds that we have are not necessarily ours. Like, you don't have to necessarily have experienced it in person. You know, everyone or most people know now with the science of epigenetics, where, you know, we study the DNA. We are realizing that the environment, the situations, the emotions that are around us are actually tagged on our DNA. So you can have something, a wound that happened to your great-grandmother, and you're carrying that, and you don't know. So what I invite everybody to do is really let the magic. I created that journey in such magic. Allow it to heal you at the deepest level, so that you can release and you can step into your inner alchemy and create from a place of empowerment.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So for everybody who's on live, I just put the link to Marie's free gift in the chat. And for those who are listening to this as a recording, if you just scroll down a little bit below this video, you will see that link, so you can access it easily. All right, well, let's open this up for Q&A. So anyone who would like to speak with Marie and ask her a question, please go ahead and raise your hand. Don't be shy. This is your chance. And anyone who has put a question in the chat or put a question in the Q&A box, if you would like to go ahead and raise your hand, then we can answer you in person, which would be wonderful. Okay, beautiful. We have Manisha. Let me bring Manisha over. It didn't work. Let me try again. Oh, I think it's working now. It's just a little slow. The technology. There she is. Okay, Manisha, welcome. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Atma Namaste. I am a pranic healer from India, and I've been practicing into energy healing for quite some time. But today, what you said, I could relate it so much, that we all have so deepest levels of our wounds, and the one that you said that we've been carrying all around from our environment. So for long time, I remember since my childhood, this shamanism has been very fascinating, and I have always been looking around for, like, you know, a guide, a mentor who could guide me. So today, meeting you and with this platform, it's truly been a wonderful gift. Thank you. I would really like to ask you, Mary, that how can we enlighten our Merkabas, the crystalline bodies, the light bodies of ours? How can we do that? How can we go there? By the grace of Supreme God and my teacher, I have last year, I was intuited to build a pyramid in our house. So a pyramid meditation hall we have made here in my place in Varanasi, the Kashi, the city of light. But I really don't know much about it in detail. So can you please guide something that how can me, the nearby people, the people all who come, you know, meet and come into a center, everybody who is willing to, so they can come and they can, you know, dive into themselves and they can move forward in this spiritual journey of theirs together. Please throw some light. How can we use pyramid energy, and how we can lighten up our crystalline bodies together in this process of ascension? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Manisha. Beautiful. Congratulations on really staying open to your ascension path. It's and you know, that curiosity is really key. As far as your question about how we can really lighten our Merkabas, our light bodies, the number one thing that, first of all, I want everybody to know, get in tune with your intuition. And what I mean by that is that when you get in, oh, there's a little bit of an echo. When you get in touch with your intuition, you're going to get guidance from your higher self that will give you little clues as to what to do. And that is a very, very empowering way of doing that. Yes, you know, we have teachers and gurus and everything. However, I always empower my students, my clients to start really connecting to themselves. Like, does this feel good? Like, I have this pyramid, but do I feel good if I'm in this pyramid? Am I joyful? Am I, you know, how you feel is your best clue as to the success or the usefulness of what you're doing. Number two, it's very important that, and this is going to make you laugh, that you relax. Because when you relax, then the multidimensional guidance can come in. Because I know you know everything else. I know meditation, eating good, you know all that. I don't have to go through that. But relaxation, number three, be aware of your emotions. Your emotions are your guiding system. And when you read or you hear anything about ascension, fifth dimension, anything you want, it's about joy. It's about bliss. There's no suffering. So if you're doing something and you're not feeling good, you get in tune with yourself. Am I doing everything I need to do? Am I in my feminine and I've already expressed? I'm in my masculine, I'm taking action, and yet I'm still not feeling good. What do I need to know? What do I need to hear? What do I need to see? What do I need to feel? Very, very important. Mm-hmm. So I answered you as if you advanced because I know you're already doing everything else. I hope that's okay.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Manisha. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you so much, both of you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being a part of it. Okay, beautiful. Anybody else want to raise your hand? We have a few more minutes, so we can probably take one more question. Mm-hmm. I know there are some of you out there that are just really, really wanting to ask Marie something.
Yeah.
Gotta look in the Q&A. Oh, good. Ellie, you raised your hand. Yay. I was just looking at your question in the Q&A box. Okay, we're bringing Ellie over now. Okay, welcome. Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Hello. Thank you so much for your beautiful guidance. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I was particularly taken by your speaking of, and forgive me if I use the wrong words, something like the celestial gateway behind the nose. Mm-hmm. Is that correct? So I've experienced a kind of energetic unblocking here for years now, but I've never heard anybody talk of this place. So I was really excited to hear you say that. And I just wondered if you could say a little bit more about what that space means to you, what you know about it.
So, beautiful question. So we have many gateways, and So this area behind the nose, it's deep inside the brain. That's where you have the pituitary. The pituitary is like our master gland. The pituitary commands all the other glands, and it's our fountain of youth. Like it everything that is glandular in your body, all the hormones, everything is commanded by the pituitary. And the pineal gland is not far from there, and you all know about the pineal gland. So, and the third eye is like literally looking like that from that space. So that space has been called in Buddhism the celestial gate, because like the ascension gate. And so the way you look at it is I might kind of look weird. It's like you almost cross your eyes and you're looking inside. So it might look like this if my eyes are open. Yeah. So and it's actually not easy to stay there. So I would advise you to start that practice, which is, like just 1 minute to start, because it's intense. And so just kind of cross your eyes and look inside here with your eyes closed, and just hang. And what's going to happen, it's going to start opening. You're going to start really opening that channel, and information is going to start coming through. And you're going to know you've done a lot if you cross a lot and it starts like not hurting, but like you feel it. You have a smile. Did you feel it?
Yeah, I see a whole lot of stuff there.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
It's very powerful. Yeah. So I'm glad you picked up on that. I just kind of threw it there, and I was guided to say that because I wasn't going to, and it was like, whomsoever this is directed to will get the message, and I'm glad you got it.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Ellie. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. I had never heard of that either, that practice of
it's very powerful. It's it really improves your meditation process by like more than 100%, just like that. And it's powerful.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I think we need to close now, but I just really want to just extend to you my most heartfelt gratitude for all of the beauty and all of the inspiration that you have shared today. This has been really, really wonderful.
Thank you so much. I really receive your love, and I want to honor you in front of everybody for your commitment, your dedication, your presence, your expression, your love for all of us, humanity and the planet, and all of that with the divine. I'm really grateful for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
So that we will close the meeting. Thank you so much for everybody who has attended. I hope you've really enjoyed this. I'm sure that you have. So yes, many, many blessings and lots of love to everybody out there.
Blessings to everyone. I love you.
All right. Thanks again, Marie. Have a beautiful
Bye. Thank you. You too.